report has come out this week showing that grocery prices once again month over month increased by over 2% for American consumers. And that, by the way, is 2% as a whole. But other individual items have, of course, gone much higher. Beef prices are up almost 20% to their highest levels in American history. You also have coffee prices are up 15%. Eggs are still up 16% from where they were this time last year, even though prices have come down a little bit. But overall, you've got some things that have had massive price increases: coffee, beef, eggs, produce, and other things that have had no price increases. So that, lowers that average from the 15 to 20 down to 2. But nevertheless, depending on what you're buying at that grocery store, you could end up paying 10%, 15% more than what you were paying just a couple months ago. And millions upon millions of Americans are feeling that squeeze every single day when they go buy their groceries. Their dollars are buying fewer and fewer items with each passing week. And according to the experts, this is 100% because of Donald Trump's tariffs, which we can't even call tariffs anymore because that's doing Trump a favor. Saying that these are tariffs imply that, these other countries are having to pay the money like Trump says. It's a Trump tax. And we are the ones paying the Trump tax. And we're paying it to Trump, who's bragging and bragging and bragging about how much money his tariffs are bringing in. But the money they're bringing in is not coming from foreign companies. Hell, it's not even technically coming from American companies because even though they pay it, they pass it on to us. Home Depot announced this week, we're raising prices because of the tariffs. That's a Trump tax on you. We're all paying the Trump tax. Here's where it gets even dumber. This article that I've got right here talking about the consumer price index and everything's going up and more expensive. This is from a local news station in Utah. Do you know how many sentences this story is? 7. 7 sentences. This local KUTV in Utah, 7 sentences they dedicated to explaining to everybody, hey, your prices are going up. And there's only the one sentence that say experts attribute the rising tariffs on aluminum and steel implemented in March, which are now affecting the price of groceries. Here's the thing. The article then says, these tariffs contributing to a higher cost for canned goods and beverages. That's it, right? Steel and aluminum in your cans, in your sodas, in your soups, whatever. There are processing facilities all across the country for food products. Do you know what that machinery is made out of? Steel and aluminum. Do you know how often those things have to be replaced? Not necessarily, every day or every month. Yearly repairs have to be made, which means more steel and aluminum. So when these food manufacturers, we'll call them, have to replace pieces of machinery or outright buy new pieces of machinery that's made from steel and aluminum, they're paying higher prices, which means they pass it on to us. So even things that aren't being subjected to the Trump tax end up being subjected to the Trump tax because somewhere along the, road from farm to table, it's using items or relying on items that are subjected to the Trump tax. Nothing is exempt. This article also says only about 10% of grocery store food is imported. Yeah, beef's not for the most part, unless you're buying, the expensive overseas kind. Then why have those prices gone up, 20, 25%? It's because the supply chain. Republicans love talking about the supply chain, during the Biden years. They're dead silent about it right now. But all along the supply chain, no matter what it is, whether it's food or computers or appliances or cars or anything, furniture, all of it, somewhere along the supply chain, relies on goods, products, materials, elements that are being subjected to the Trump tax. So the price of everything, imported or not, goes up. And we are the ones paying that Trump tax to Donald Trump himself so he can go on social media and brag to you how much money he's making. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us.